Hello, beautiful. Today we have the latest in my series on monthly reviews in the seasonal bullet journal, an August month. And it was a month of celebration and of holidays and of getting sick and of teaching at the beginning and end, inspired by ideas of elegance, majesty, forgetting how to spell things in English, some family events and personal celebrations, and a beautiful summer month here in Cologne for the most part. It did have some stormy times, some hot weather. We finally got our nice warm summer, and I'm really grateful for that since it's one of my favorite times of year. And this simple shades of purple bullet journal spread that I had set up turned out quite whimsical, as often happens. I added some unicorns and really got crazy with stamping and the collage, and it happened. We got in there and had some major events, which I mentioned. There was a wedding in the family. Here I've got some highlights and lowlights. Yeah, finishing up the school year is always eventful, and then starting up again. Getting sick, unfortunately, during break, but then also having and getting well again in order to have some times outside with friends, picnics, park time, artist dates alone, compiling some documents for fax returns, some adulting, collecting some back to school supplies for the fall to come and the end of the year, reading, listening to music. Here's a program from the Flora, the botanical garden here in Cologne, which is one of my favorite places for an artistry, and I did make it there in August. And then, didn't get a lot of reading done. Here's some my media page. I did finish one sort of rom-com book, Roomies by Christina Loren, and had several books in progress. Sandwich, which I'm reading alone, Red, White, and Royal Blue, which we're reading together, a couple of sort of nonfiction ongoing projects, reading Someday Is Today and the poetry of Rilke and various other selections. Some musical highlights were actually the whole album by Daigo Hanada, is that how I say it? But also the track Ichi is, I find, a really nice ambient music, sort of moody and relaxing, which is nice for sort of relaxation at the end of dance training or for yoga or just for enjoying to listen to. And more on an upbeat note, the whole album, but especially Red, White, and Supernova by Chapel Roan. And an oldie but a goodie, especially with that thunderous, thunderstorm weather that we had, Thunder Summer Storm by Melissa Zarnick. And we've been watching some series. We watched a couple to the end, Umbrella Academy and Poker Face, and we're working on Young Rock, and a couple of films. We did get out to the cinema with a friend to see Deadpool and Wolverine, and saw Wicked Little Letters at home. Very different, but both were part of the August scene. Didn't have a lot to say yet. Maybe I'll discover some other things I want to pull out in terms of reflections weekly, but and I need to say how many morning pages we wrote that week. But yeah, had some productive weeks. The beginning of the month, of course, finishing up the school year, doing some substitute teaching. And then as I went into the holidays, I got sick, but I was well enough to celebrate a wedding in the family. But then to be sick, to recover, to go to the theater, and get prepared for the upcoming school year. I actually recorded my 24th, not recorded, posted, so published my 24th video to YouTube in August. And since I'm doing a 24s in 2024 project, that's one of those milestones. So moving ahead with that. Oh yeah, here's my artist date. I got to ride my bicycle a little bit and get outside, so I was obviously had more energy and was feeling better this week than in previous weeks, which was important and lucky because there was so much going on, so much teaching, so many different locations. And have just got started really also on reflecting on the last week in the month where we transition into September. So it was actually the first on Sunday. And we've got a couple very full weeks, very exciting weeks. Actually, it was fun to see students again, new and old. And I love back to school season. I will probably be sharing some more about what I've been doing to, get ready for all of the teaching and coaching and creating that is coming up for me in September and into the rest of the year. Lots of creative projects sort of for myself, like this journal, which helps me keep memories. I'll be printing up some photos from the wedding, from times outside, from sort of the happy memories and highlights of the month. And of course, I've already moved into and am really enjoying September here as well. And I hope you're having a good back to school time. Of course, it can be also a very stressful, packed full, exhausting, insert adjective here, time of year. So hard to deal with or very enjoyable depending on your personal experience. Maybe a bit of all of that. But let me know if I can help support you in creating what you want to here in the coming month, quarter, before the end of the year and beyond. I hope you're doing very well, and I'll see you again soon.